Angels are beings of absolute pure love. They hold a very high and powerful state of spiritual consciousness. As such, angels are among the most powerful, benevolent, and wise spiritual beings in the universe. To learn whether the angels are working with you, tune in and get ready to learn the top 12 signs that the angels are with you. I'm Sarah Hall, and I am a channel for the angels, having worked closely with them for the past 15 years as an angel healer. In working with the angels and with hundreds of people from around the world who are guided to connect with them through me, I can tell you that there are several definitive signs that the angels are actively guiding your life's path. Now, first, it's important to know that angels guide everyone. All human beings have at least 2 guardian angels around them at all times. However, it is not necessarily part of all people's soul plan to be consciously aware of this. If you are someone who is meant to be aware of the angels' presence in your life and directly work with them to uplift your path and purpose, then these are the 12 most common signs you'll receive. Number 1, finding feathers. In many works of art, stretching back over 1,000 years, angels have been depicted with feathered wings. It's important to understand that this is not because angels have physical wings. In truth, angels are non-physical beings made of pure divine light. As such, they have no set shape or form. In some of the earliest human experiences of angels, people would see the incredibly fast-moving aura of light around them. The best way those people could describe this light was that it was like the rapid fluttering of a bird's wings. Thus began our tradition of depicting angels in this way. Since angels choose to appear to us in whatever way is going to be the most recognizable and easy to understand, people often see them with these wings. In keeping with this universal, recognizable sign, the angels will often send us feathers as a way of gently telling us that they are near and that they are supporting us through whatever it is that we may need. If you find that you are repeatedly finding feathers, especially in places you wouldn't expect to find them, then this is a strong sign that your angels are actively guiding you and want to reassure you of their loving, healing presence. Number 2, number sequences. The angels love giving us fast and easy codes that help to remind us of their most important messages. So they send us repeated number sequences as angelic shorthand for those messages. For example, when you repeatedly see the number sequence 444, this is a code for the message that you are surrounded by many angels and that the angels are actively engaging with you in that moment to help you. Another common angel number is 111 or 1111. This number sequence is shorthand for the message that you are rising into higher spiritual consciousness and that as such, you are very powerful at the mental and spiritual levels of being. This is your reminder to focus upon the highest possible perspective and to reach for spiritual truth as you are manifesting with your thought and focus very rapidly. If you see any repetitive sequence of numbers that seems to show up at synchronistic moments, then know that your angels are sending you a message right then and there. Take note of that number sequence and ask the angels for help in decoding its meaning. Comment below if you have a number sequence you'd like me to help you decode. Number 3, flashes or sparkles of light. Remember, the angels are beings made up of pure divine light, imbued with an incredibly powerful consciousness of love. When angels are near and you are actively awakening to their presence, you may begin to see flashes or sparkles of light in the air. It's quite common for us to see these out of the corner of our eye and for these flashes or sparkles to last only for a few moments before seemingly disappearing. If you're seeing light, then this is a sign that your spiritual senses are opening, particularly your clairvoyance, and that the angels are working with you so that you can learn to communicate with them directly. Take notice of whether or not the flashes or sparkles of light have any colors associated with them. Different colored sparkles can be associated with different angels who work with specific divine rays of light to support their spiritual mission to spread the awakening of love on this planet. Comment below if you're seeing any particular colors in these flashes or sparkles of light, and I'll help you decode which angels are reaching out to you. If you're someone who's feeling guided to learn how to open up your spiritual gifts, to channel the angels, and have them guide you on the path to higher consciousness, then click the link that I left for you in the description below to learn more about working with me in my Angelic Ascension program. Number 4, experiencing heat or chills. The angel's vibration is very powerful, and when we connect with that vibration, our bodies often respond. 2 of the most common physical side effects of working with the angels are changes in your body temperature that will produce either strong heat waves or chills, including getting goosebumps, which I like to call angel bumps. When your body heats up, this is a sign that you're interacting with a very high and activating spiritual vibration. Archangel Michael's energy happens to be very warming and can sometimes make you sweat or feel flushed. This is because the high vibration of Michael's energy is interacting with your energy. The interaction of those 2 different vibrations creates friction and heat that usually raises your spiritual vibration. Chills or angel bumps are very common when receiving an angel message. This is one of the strongest ways that the angels help to verify that you are receiving an important message or that you have just realized an important truth. Sometimes you can get the heat wave and angel bumps at the same time. So if this happens, know that it's quite normal and a sign that you are actively receiving or channeling the angel's energy. Number 5, disembodied aromas. The angels will often send you beautiful aromas. When you smell these aromas, you may notice that they have absolutely no reasonable physical source. This is a very special sign and one in which the angels are working to invoke powerful feelings of hope, peace, and joy within your heart. Remember, smells can become powerfully associated with memories and emotional states. So smelling an angelic aroma is the angel's way of helping you to remember your home and source in heaven. These smells will often have floral notes that will bring in uplifting, energizing, and hopeful emotions with them. Number 6, feeling a gentle touch. The angels know that sometimes the best form of comfort is to receive a soft, healing, gentle touch. As such, the angels will often softly touch your shoulders or give you a warm hug when you are in need of comfort. This will usually feel soft and incredibly light. These touches are gentle, reassuring, and will only be given to those who will feel genuinely safe and open to receiving them. You may also feel a gentle pressure near your heart chakra, your belly at your solar plexus chakra, or your forehead at your third eye chakra. These sensations are signs of your energy moving or transforming in response to the angel's healing presence. If you receive this sign, it is likely that you are highly clairsentient, which is a spiritual gift meaning clear feeling. Take note of these feelings, holding awareness of how they affect you physically and emotionally, as these feelings can help you to decode the angel's message of love or guidance for you in that moment. Number 7, sudden joyful emotions. The angels are in a constant state of absolute, eternal, and infinite love. When they are near, we can often pick up on the angel's emotional state. Their emotional state is contagious and can remind us of the consciousness we come from and the consciousness we return to in our soul's heavenly origins. These emotions might include strong feelings of love, hope, or joy. You might experience tears of joy or uplifting laughter. You may also feel awash with deep feelings of safety and relief from past worry. The angels love to uplift our emotional state, and all they need from us in order for them to do so is our permission and openness. When you open your heart with joy and love, the angels will often celebrate that feeling right along with you and magnify it by many times. Number 8, ringing sounds or music. Angels occupy a very high vibrational spectrum of spiritual consciousness. All vibration can be expressed through sound. The angel's consciousness channels beautiful, symphonic, harmonious sounds. Sometimes you'll hear disembodied angelic music in your mind that doesn't seem to have a logical origin in your memories. Usually this music is heard when we are in between sleep and wakefulness. So just as you're falling asleep, when you're in a lucid dream state, or just as you're waking up. You may also hear high-pitched frequencies or tones when you're receiving an angelic vibration. This might show up as a ringing in the ear that will disappear after a few seconds. If this sound ever overwhelms you, simply ask the angels to turn down the volume and they'll do so. These sounds are your sign that you're connecting with the angels at a high vibrational level and that they are helping you to download these high spiritual vibrations within your own consciousness. Number 9. Voices. Angels may sometimes speak directly to you within your mental plane or during your sleep. Their voices are usually very soft, gentle, and familiar, and will bring you feelings of peace, love, and safety. Often the angels will simply call your name or give you a loving word of inspiration to help guide you and fill you with hope and love. If you are strongly clairaudient, which is a spiritual gift meaning clear hearing, you may find that you're able to hear full sentences from the angels and communicate with them clearly in this way. The angels' messages will always be 100% based in love, kindness, and peace. Number 10, synchronistic messages. The angels will always find a way to clearly deliver the messages that you need to receive. Some of the most common ways you'll receive a message are through synchronistic occurrences in which you repeatedly see or hear a message in the world around you. This is most common through seeing particular messages in advertisements, songs on the radio, or through ideas that other people randomly share with you. The angels are easily able to work with the law of attraction, helping to attract the messages, symbols, or signs that you need most on your path, no matter where you go. So, if you find yourself seeing repeated words, names, colors, ideas, or images in the world, know that this is your angel's way of directing and guiding you towards answered prayers. Number 11, nature signs. The angels will often send us unmistakable signs out in nature in the perfect synchronistic timing that we need them. Some of the most common nature signs that the angels send include rainbows, beautiful cloud formations that will sometimes look like angels or other symbols you need to be reminded of, or beautiful projections of sunlight. If you notice rainbows or distinct cloud formations show up at the exact time you need more hope or clarity, then this is your angels sending you that hope. If you see sunlight reflecting on a wall or on the ground in some way that brings a beautiful shape or symbol, then this is a beautiful gift from the angels and your reminder that you are connected to them on the right path. Number 12, babies and animals. Babies and animals are focused in the present moment. They aren't worrying about the past or future. To be present is to be in a very pure, awakened, and open state of consciousness. So to be present is to be very receptive to the angels and to easily see, hear, or feel them. For this reason, babies and animals will often react to angelic presence even when you yourself don't directly notice the angels around you. Babies will usually laugh, smile, or play with the angels as they feel great joy at being reminded of these divine beings. Babies are fresh off the boat from heaven after all, and clearly remember the angels as a common and beautiful part of their reality. Animals will often react to the angel's presence too. They might act as if they are seeing or hearing something even when there is no indication of what they could possibly be seeing or hearing in the physical world. Dogs will often wag their tails and express their joy and exuberance at connecting with fellow beings who rest in a state of love. Cats will often playfully chase the angels attracted to their divine light. Birds will often flutter their wings, sing, or fly in response to the angels, uplifted by their presence. The angels can therefore send you signs through both pets and wild animals who might synchronistically come nearer to you than usual, look you in the eye, or send you some other uncanny type of sign. I hope you enjoyed learning about the angels' 12 most common signs. If you have other angel signs you've experienced, comment below. I'd love to hear about them. If you want to learn more about how to work with the angels, then click the link I left for you below to learn more about my Discovery of Angels course. In it, you'll learn all about who the angels are, how to work with them, and how to heal and manifest with them too. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell below. I'd love to keep in touch, so be sure to check out the links in the description below to stay connected with me everywhere on social media. It is my honor to be connected with you, and I hope you'll remember until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!